IPMNation.com.
Once upon a time, they awoke to the concerted effort underway to dummy them down, to the forces working at every turn to water down human wherewithal. They stood, they rallied, they drew their line in the sand, vowing once and for all to scale their spines and mortal up. That was the day the tables turned, and the universe itself sat up and took notice.
Live from the Counterpunch Studios in Columbus, Ohio, you're listening to All Natural Being. Stay in bed.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is not a drill.
Natural Being. Warning, All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy is designed to shake your sense of self to the core.
It's full contact psychology with an empowering twist, a philosophical loofah for your soul.
For those of you not ready or comfortable releasing your inner superhuman, listener discretion is advised.
Here's your host,
Brian Brawdy.
Morning. Welcome, and thank you for stopping by and hanging out for what is now the 429th episode of the number one rated show here on IPMNation.com. You're in to All Natural Being, as it were, and the gong heard round the world. I like to think of it as your snooze alarm's sworn enemy, right? That's not too much, is it? And a great way to jumpstart your day while you're at it. Now, every morning it's broadcast as it happens, at least Monday through Friday, thanks to our friends at Telestream's Wirecast. It's broadcast live from the Counterpunch Media Studios, as you know, and multicast live over on mortalup.com if you're getting it through the app or the QR code. Also over live video over on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. And with a very special shout out this morning to the two companies that have made our little morning get-together possible this week. Of course, Lee Rowley's Copy Branding and the Blender Buffer. Don't forget, early morning happens. More about them and a recap for the week in just a bit. Now, if you're heading for the shower or out the door soon, this is radio that we work at to spark your smart, right? A broadcast to build your strong. It's something that crushes your can't, that primes your mind. At the same time, honing your heart and your head for the day ahead. Already out and about? Well, I'm fired up to be your virtual hitchhiker. You know, fit in the cup holder, the little iPad, the iPhone holder if you're at the gym, wherever. I love riding shotgun. Now, if we've missed you here live, then you're picking us up on demand on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, Overcast, CastBox, as always, dropping a few names. We're trying a couple different things out here in the studio this morning, so we're very excited about every day trying to get just a smidge better. Greetings wherever you are, here in the Garden of Mortals, the labyrinth of life itself, as you've come to know it, the ups and downs, the lefts, the rights, the pivots, the swerves, the flukes and the whims, the sheer havoc of the synchronicity and serendipity of it all. What a great gig. Are there blind alleys and cul-de-sacs? Sure there are, but there's never a dead end unless we tap out. And until then, let's agree to always put our heart's highest priority top of the list. What's our fallback position? Heart's highest priority, top of the list. What's going to put a smile on your face? And I think that's important because for the time that's upon us, we got to out-brutal the brutal that is the cut and shuffle that fate can deal us on a daily basis. And remember to always bring your own bold BYOB once and for all. Before we hit it this morning, a quick shout out, a quick hello to my friends and those joining us from all over the globe. I know we have Europe, we have North America, we have South America, we have Australia this morning. Thank you so very much for joining. It's great to have you with us. So what do you say? Here's your opportunity to mortal up, to crush your cant and your critics, to simply demand of your mind's eye and your true potential while you're at it, to live wide open. No governors, right? No restrictions. So what do you say? It's time. Let's go kick in some doors. And yeah, we're doing some, I'll let you in on a quick little battle before we get to Low Life's Making Headlines, right? It's always the decision, are we a radio show? Are we a video broadcast? Are we doing this and that? So we try to do things to remember that, we're radio. If people are out and about and on the go, we want to make sure that we're not busy taking up the airtime going, oh, sorry, we lost the feed to Facebook. We're really sorry about that. Well, okay, well, maybe we should go ahead, right? None of that. We're a radio show. We're doing what we can for fly-on-the-wall video, so we're working on that every day. And to that end, we do little things that kind of make it easier and not interrupt the message that we hope, that we're spreading. All right, so let's do this quickly. Oh, you know what? Let me throw this up because I'm very excited about this. If you really are out and about, if you're getting ready to hit. Oh, look at that. Well, never mind that. I was just going to say quickly, if you were going to head out the door, then you would have the opportunity to hit our QR code, but for some reason our QR code isn't loading this morning. Look at that. All right, well, in any event, you can take us IPMNation.com/thebry if you want to pick us up. We'd be happy to go along. All right, let's jump right to it. This morning's hot heads wrapped in thin skin, covering brittle brains atop balsa wood spines. It's time for Low Life's Making Headlines. All right, what is going on this morning? Look at that. Even the graphic is messed up. I don't know what it is. It's Friday, Freeform Friday, I guess you could say. So Low Life's Making Headlines. And this morning it's a very general one again. Right? If you want, once we get to the feed, if there's something else that you want to suggest and you go, oh, whoa, yeah, I'd love there to be, I'd love to include this Low Life's Making Headlines. Then this morning's, we will have ours, but after that, we could add the ones that you have in the thread, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, the general Low Life's Making Headlines are those people that are always betting against you. Those people that I call them the walking, talking human Venus flytraps, right? Which would be great to have a little picture of a Venus flytrap. Well, you know what I'm saying, right? Those people, the walking, talking pits of quicksand that are just ready to, on standby, it seems, all the time to go ahead and do what they can, right? Go ahead and do what they can to keep your dreams in check. So that's what I want to talk about this morning. A little bit in the Low Life's Making Headlines are those people that do whatever they can to submarine your day. All right, let's do this. We will be right back. I'd sure like to figure out what happened to that QR code.
You're listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy, because it's never too late to take your life back.
Yeah, or apparently never too late to get a graphic that works. It says it works. I don't know. What do you want from me? All right, so this morning, let's jump into the 60-second suck because I think it ties in perfectly with a Low Life Making Headlines. So let's do that, assuming, right, that graphic is going to work. Oh, here you go. Time for your 60-second stoic. It's simple, really. Embrace the suck or be buried alive. Oh, it'll also help if you raise the right, if you're doing raising the right lever there. All right, so 60-second stoic this morning, Marcus Aurelius, a little bit tied into Low Life's Making Headlines, as you will still see. He says, it never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people. I think we'd have to admit that that's true. We love ourselves more than other people, but we care more about their opinion than our own opinion. So this morning, do you have an example? Do you have situations where you care for the opinion of the crowd, you care for the committee vote, you care for the thumbs up and thumbs down more than you do your own opinion? And what can we do about that, right? Because we've said before, misery loves company. And it might very well be that if you put your heart's highest priority top of your head, there are going to be people that don't dig that. And their opinion is going to be, oh, don't do this, don't do that. Do what you can, right? Oh, don't rock the boat. Don't, listen to the static quo all the time. But this is about what are you going to do to ignore those people? Admittedly, we say, there's 2 pieces of chicken left. You reach down and especially if you come from a family with a lot of kids, you grab the biggest piece of chicken that you can, right? Because you're watching out for yourself. But yet again, you'll care about the opinions of other people more than your own. So what if we work to balance that out? What if we work to say, I'm done with the binge thinking. I'm done. Oh, look at this. Thank you very much. Oh, I say all the time, if you're tuning in for the local AccuWeather out the door strong cast 9 weather on the 10s before you hit the road, this is the wrong place. So I check your phone for the weather before you head out the door, as I just got a little ring on mine telling me what was going on. All right, so for this morning, 60-second Stoic, let's wrap it up to simply say, all right, what's the scoop, right? What's the scoop? Where we care about ourselves more than other people, but yet we allow their opinions to seep in and in some cases ruin our day. So let's just agree to go ahead and knock that off. All right, quickly, this morning, if you want to give us a text, you most certainly can, 833-646 646-3877, or as you know by now, 833-MIND-UPS. The text come right here in the studio. You can also call us. It's a toll-free call if you want to do that. We'd love to hear what's going on, what you're thinking about. So give us a holler, give us a text, one of those other things. And remember that if you're texting, then standard rates and this and that and everything else apply. All right, let's hop on over into the feed for the first time this morning. Good morning, Heather. Nice to see you. And friends, thank you so very much. Marcellus, good morning. Nice to see you, sir. Thank you. Oh, Lee is here with us. Well, Lee, thank you so very much for joining us here at All Natural Being. And this is the end of the week, our first week with the sponsors that we've had this week. And I want to thank Lee now that I see him here in the thread. And we'll get to LeeRowley.com here in just a bit. Also, Ian from across the pond, so to speak. How's everything going, Ian? I would love to have you call in sometime and tell us what's the scoop about Brexit or in or out or any of those other things. So it'd be nice to get an on-the-ground report from your neck of the woods, your part of the world, as to what's actually going on over there. So maybe you could give us a holler sometime. That would be great. I got a better idea. Why don't we clear that? That's a pain in the neck. All right. So as we get ready, Kathy, thank you so very much. And yes, over in our text room, thank you very much. Good morning to you as well. No, it's snowing here. Actually, that's what the alarm was, or the alert that we just got. It's snowing here. But I'm glad that it's nice and warm. I'm glad it's nice and warm where you are for certain. All right, we're going to go ahead and let's do this, and we will be right back. All right, so as I mentioned earlier, my good friend Lee Rowley from Lee Rowley Copy Branding. Let me go ahead and of course, his QR code works. Couldn't get ours to work, but his works. Thank goodness, right? So if you're looking for some really smart copy, if you're looking for a way to go, you know what, I'm going to launch this. Maybe I'm an entrepreneur. I'm going to launch a new business, or I'm an established business and I'm going to launch a new product. You got to check out LeeRowley.com. Redefining what it means, or what it doesn't mean, apparently. More importantly, what it doesn't mean to be a copywriter. So I've gone ahead, thrown his QR code up on your computer. If you get a chance, hit him up, LeeRowley.com. Thank him for being the sponsor this week of the show. We super appreciate it. All right. Oh, and look at Lee here in the thread now as well. Yeah, I got to tell you, I went to throw up the QR code so you could just hit it and get out the door, and no QR code. What are you going to do about that? Good morning to you as well. Thank you for joining us here at All Natural Being. And, I wanted to do, as I said earlier, this whole concept of free-for-all Fridays, right? We were just going to get in and say, you know what, no matter what, here's what you do in the moment, right? And we talk about it being impromptu. We talk about magnifying the moment at hand. So we could have it on a Friday show where all we do is everything that happens right now in the moment. So if there's something that you'd like to kick around, something that you'd like to talk about, I don't want to forget, there's something I want to talk about. Right. Okay. So don't forget to do that. Give us a call. What do we say it is? Oh, right. 833-646-3877. Yeah. Apparently there is something to this spinal fluid leak. I got to tell you. Right. To say, it's affecting your memory. What? Is it affecting your memory? I'm sorry. No, apparently it's affecting my hearing. 833-646-3877. If you want to text us, Brexit equal. I'm sorry, let me get to this. 833-MINDUPS. It's toll free if you want to give us a call. We'd be damn glad to have you. All right, so Ian says Brexit equals total chaos. More later. Ian, thank you so very much for that. Ian's our live on-the-go reporter from England. So if you have any questions, maybe you could say, "Oh, what's the weather like in England?" Right? Whereabouts are they in the terms of the way the winters work? He would be, or Brexit, or maybe there's something going on with the British pound, and you want some on-the-ground cutting-edge information, then we have Ian that can fill us in. So, Ian, nice. Thanks for the field report. Equals total chaos is Brexit. Kathy, thank you so very much for joining us this morning. Glad you like the early morning meme, which we're going to get to here in a moment, I think, in just a little bit. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about this morning is this week. And I sent a text a little bit earlier. So, Wayne, if you're listening, or Derek, if you're listening, if you could give me the time that's going down. You've known him here. He's here every Monday morning. Derek from Derek Noel Fitness, or as I call it, Damn Near Flawless. He's here on Monday mornings to give us that tip, right? What it takes for us to just, not to be a bodybuilder, right? But what it takes for the rest of us to get through the day. What it takes for the rest of us to have the physical wherewithal to move, to, bend, touch our toes, if you will. Whatever it is that you like. Good morning, Kathy, to you as well. Whatever it is that you like. He's here on Monday mornings. Well, he's getting his own show now on IPM Nation. And I would love to be able to tell you when that show is. But, all right, so here's my guess. And I could be totally wrong, right? Look at me. I could be totally wrong. My sense is his show starts on IPM Nation Sunday nights. I'm going to say at 8 o'clock. Now, if I'm wrong, don't hold me to it. I put up here in the post at what time it actually is. But I think in talking to Wayne and Matt Connerton over at IPMNation.com, we're welcoming Derek Noel Fitness to the Counterpunch Media family. We'll be doing that coming Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Oh, and also we've got some big news. And Lee, could you jump in here so I don't mess this up? Or maybe Lee, if you're near a phone, give us a call so we can talk a little bit about what's going on. 8 p.m., I just got a message into the studio. Thank you very much. 8 p.m. Sunday nights, Derek Noel Fitness. See, that's the way to get these people to answer you. You just throw them under the bus on live air. That's the way to do it, right? You just go, okay, great. Now I'll get it. Fallout Bob. Cheers, mates. Ooh, so Fallout Bob, you might know Ian. I don't know that, but Fallout Bob, happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to you as well. All right, so what was I talking? Oh, right, Derek Noel Fitness will be with us Sundays at 8 p.m. here. Oh, and it's not only on the radio, right, so you can listen in, but you'll be able to watch on Counterpunch Media, and I think he's going to be broadcasting. That's a great question. If you still have your phone in your hand there and you're busy texting, why don't you tell me where the video is going to go? It might be Derek Noel Fitness, or at the very least over on his Facebook page. But here's the thing: Sunday night by Sunday night at 8 o'clock, I'll get a message out to tell you exactly where to go for that, or I'll get a text here in a little bit and I'll tell you exactly how that works. All right. So in our closing now, about 10 minutes, we're going to take a pass this morning on the crimes of mind, because I'd like first we're going to say hello to our friends at Blender Buffer, and then we're going to jump in because this morning's early morning meme is one to kind of like get you through the weekend, and it's one that it should be so big because it's got to last 72 hours. That's my thought. But let's do this quickly. We'll get to Blender Buffer and we'll be right back. All right, our good friends at Blender Buffer, and see, look, they get a QR code too. I cannot figure it out. We got a call coming in. Hold on 1 second. Let's see who this is. Let me see. Oh, here we go. So this is number 2. Good morning. Who's this?
This is Lee Rowley.
Lee, how are you, sir?
Well, you've summoned me, and I'm here.
All right, so hold
It's
on
like
for 1 second.
rubbing a lamp or something.
That's funny. I just talked about being your own genie. So hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me do this. A quick shout out to our friends at Blender Buffer. Don't forget, if you want to happen early morning, you're going to run a blender for your favorite coffee, your juice, your beverage, whatever it is. Shaken, not stirred, or maybe stirred, not shaken in this case. Slap it into a blender buffer, and it doesn't wake up everybody in the whole house. It's not like a 3-alarm blaze. All right, so that for our friends, and thank everyone at Blender Buffer this week. QR code is up on the screen. Thank them so much for being a sponsor of All Natural Being. All right, so Lee, here's what I'm going to do. It's so timely that your logo happens to be right here. Could you give me a quick rundown? Right? Quick. Oh, and you want to be impressed, do you? All right, hold on. Yeah, nothing but top notch here. We spare no expense. Okay. Yeah, there you go. There's a QR code for those of you that want to go.
Phantom QR code.
The Phantom QR code. It's unbelievable. When you see it, it's like mine's gone, right? All right, great. So, but yours is here, thankfully. So give us a quick idea, Lee, because we're going to be Copy That Speaks has just been. Made it into the top 10 on IPMNation.com, and that's where people have been calling in, and I like to say letting Lee loose on whatever their creative idea is, and then Lee's over there, there's smoke coming up. There's a chalkboard, there's stuff flying, and then all of a sudden he comes out with a great tagline. So, Lee, you're moving, though, Copy That Speaks. I think it's a brilliant idea, because instead of helping an individual caller, one mind a week, you're going to be able to open it up now to the masses, so that I don't mess it up like I did Derek Noel Fitness. Could you go ahead and give us a quick thumbnail on what's happening to Copy That Speaks?
Okay. Well, we've had such a great time with this, and we've met so many fantastic people. But, as you said, we figured okay, we're helping one person a week, and that's good, but it's not excellent. So what we're doing is we're taking a couple of weeks to retool Copy That Speaks, and we are moving it over to a private community. Now there's no cost to join this community, but you will need to be a part of it. And basically one reason is I want people to raise their hands and say, yeah, I'm into this. I want to know more. And the other is that so we can just open things up to the membership and have them call in during the show and say, hey, I got a tagline I need to work on. Hey, I got a course name. I got a course I'm putting out there.
Sure.
And, I don't know what to call it. So that way we can spread the love and, help more people out here and create this movement we're trying to create away from the crappy templated, pushy sales copy.
Well, that's what I said this morning in your commercial, was that the cool thing about it is that you don't do copywriting like anybody remembers, right? You don't, it's not like that. It's totally different for you. So I think it's a brilliant idea, to be honest with you, that you're moving to being able to help more people. I think it's a great idea. All right. So Lee, hold on 1 second. Speaking of great ideas, we got someone else calling in, and it might be, you never can tell. It might be Derek Noel. So hold on a second.
All right.
Well, it would help if I could go like this. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. All right. Well, apparently we're not going to get that call, and I don't know why that is. What are you going to do? You know what I mean? Oh, in any event,
Derek is doing a fantastic dial tone impression.
You know what? He ought to be a stand-up comedian as well.
I know. He's got me beat.
All right.
Fallout Bob. Bloody hell.
Bloody hell, Fallout Bob. All right, brother. Well, congratulations. I think it's an absolutely brilliant move, and it gives you the ability to work with more people in a more concise way. So I think it's absolutely great. Congratulations, and thank you for everything this week of being an official sponsor for All Natural Being. We super appreciate it, and we'll bump into you soon.
Yeah, and I'm not going away from IPM. So as I hear that we're starting up something a little new to entertain and titillate everybody.
Oh, weirdly,
especially titillate.
Weirdly, it's morning. Can we say
titillate? I don't know. We kind of talked about calling it hot lewd nerds, but I don't know.
You love that term, hot lewd nerds, don't you?
I do.
I know you do. All
I'm
right,
stuck
brother.
on that. Maybe we can get a vote in the thread or something. I'm going to jump off of here and try to get some work done.
Sounds good. See
How's
you.
that?
Farewell.
Let you get back to your thing.
All right, brother. Bye now. All right. So, excuse me 1 second. That was Lee Rowley from Lee Rowley Copy Branding. And he has a very unique approach. If you've got something that you want to get out there, let me see. YouTube at Counterpunch Me. And for the like over on Facebook, it says, always hold your chin up, allowing fate a clean shot. Because it leaves you in a perfect position to launch your counterpunch. And the reason I wanted to mention that this morning is that, I had a little bit of a conversation yesterday about things that were going on. Derek is trying to call in, but it went to voicemail. Okay. Oh, sorry about that, Derek. Give me, if you want to give it a try one more time, that would be great. We're kicking around this morning of always hold your chin up. Allowing fate a clean shot leaves you in a perfect position to bring your counterpunch. As I started to say, we were talking to some friends the other day about a little bit of what I'm going through, and not unlike some of the things that you go through. Or maybe going through in life, and you go, yeah, you know what? It'd be great not to have a fifth brain surgery. It would be great not to be able to. It would be great not to have some of the hurdles, some of the stumbling blocks, some of the. We talk all the time about blind alleys and cul-de-sacs, but all we can do in moments like that, all we can do when we get chop blocked by fate, is to stand and say, "Here it is. Here's my chin. Go ahead, give me a smack. Just be ready for the counterpunch." And then when we do that, there's really not a lot to fear. There's not a lot to be reticent about, right? Because you know that whatever fate attempts, you're going to be there with the counterpunch. And that's why I said, you know what? Just show them your chin, square your shoulders. Here you go. Give it your best shot. And that leaves you in a perfect position. Instead of turning around and running from whatever it is that fate intends in that particular moment, right? Instead of turning around and run, how can you do, it doesn't put you in a lot of a position to do a counterpunch when you get hit in the back of the head, right? As Marcella says, bring it, fate. Absolutely. Bring it, fate. Marcellus is the one that gave me the term all those shows ago that gave me the term counterpunch, telling fate to absolutely bring it. So this weekend, even as you get through the rest of your day to day, think about that sense. Think about what it would take for you to be able to go, yeah, just bring it. As Marcel says, I'm able to handle whatever you have to throw at me. And then you find that the more you do that, two things happen. One, you become a little more courageous. And two, fate doesn't seem to want to pick on people as much. I think of fate is like a dog. You ever hear the old thing that if a dog thinks you're afraid of it, it'll bite you? I tend to find fate to be the same way. Right? It's just that if you know you're a target, or if fate knows you're a target, the same thing can happen to you. So as you move through your day to day, let's go ahead and remember, always show it your chin, give it your best shot, because then you have to stand here and get ready for my counterpunch. All right, speaking of getting ready, we're almost ready to get out of here. Let's do this. Of course, the Telestream QR code works. Only mine that did. The Telestream code. If you're interested in how we do this every day, the video, the audio, broadcasting all over the place, this and that and everything else, then go ahead and check out the good friends at Telestream's Wirecast. There's the QR code. Hit them up and they'll be able to hook you up with absolutely everything you need. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We'll be back Monday morning. Thank you so very much for putting up with us all week long for our morning versions of All Natural Being. I think we finally got our sea legs now, to quote David Ray Bowman. We've got some sea legs under us, and we'll be ready for mornings from now on. Thank you so very much for joining us. Have an absolutely spectacular weekend, and we will look forward to seeing you bright and early Monday morning. Have a fantastic day. As Kathy says, have a great day. I concur.
You've been listening to All Natural Being with Brian Brawdy.
Join us live every Monday through Friday, 7 to 8 a.m. Eastern.
Also, check us out around the clock at allnaturalbeing.com.
Until then, always remember to bring your own bold.
IPMNation.com.